Right, we're back. Okay. So, what do I do with you? I mean, a desert camp is a possibility, but it's probably better. Yeah, the watermill is just obviously better. And with the workshop, I can get a bit more production at the cost of food. I think is preferable. Okay. There we go. It's the music. Right, go back to planting more forests. Are there any more forests to plant? Maybe I can replace that savanna. I think savannas aren't actually that good, as far as production is concerned. Okay, the tannery gives me +6 production. I've got a workhouse and the guild hall available for me to compare, so the carpenter gives me +6. Beyond that, I need the trading post. I absolutely desperately need the trading post in order to build that engineering school. I still haven't gotten to the point where it's great, uh, to where it gets even better. Yeah, that's the best way to put it. 25. Yeah, the roper isn't good. Fine. Build it before the trading post. The engineering school is just quite good. And it will get better with time, don't you worry. Just like the mining camp, it will get better. Though unlike the mining camp, it won't provide any gold. So the budget might get some hits for a while. But once I have, like, the next thing is civil engineering, which is here. Wow, okay. That's both later and earlier than I expected. Admittedly, the industrial tree is short. It's packed, yes, but it's short. The atomic era is a lot, though. It's, I think, the second longest. Well, it's one of the second longest. Prehistoric is obviously the longest. Although it's not very densely packed. Um, Transhuman is fairly long, although I'm not sure if it's a... I don't... Yeah, I think it's shorter. Galactic is definitely longer than Transhuman, though it might... I'm not sure how long it is compared to Atomic. Transcendent is not very densely packed. It's somewhat long, but it's very light on how much there is. Sort of similar to Galactic, even. Anyway. Huh. Okay, so it will actually lose that commerce. Military science. Okay, it's obsolete with military science. All right. Okay, what next? So, let's see here. Guildhall plus 14 production. Jeez. Well, the lumber camp is Definitely a good idea. Though I'm not sure if it's good enough. Yes, it is. Okay. So plus 15% gives me plus 14. The levy gives plus 31 though. Yeah, the guild hall is here. It costs 12, 20. It's fairly obvious which is better. Guild hall is also impressively good. Workhouse is 2, as is the cottage industry. And it's difficult to outpace the parts maker. Since the treadmill crane is gone, I'd say it's that plus 5 is actually accurate. Which means that now it's time to focus on other stuff. Straw gatherer, and then it's the automation clock. Yeah. But first the apprentice workshop, then the automation clock. Yeah, it is a lot. The next efficient thing is actually the Imperial Fortress. So efficiency of 4. Okay, and then the crane is near enough. Forgot about the clockwork workshop. Whoops. And the antique shop as well. Huh, okay. I do need to be careful with how much I do for the queue, because if it's long enough, something good will come up, like probably the factory in about... Well, I've got to say the factory will come into play before the 5,000 turn mark. I'm not sure if I'll be able to get there this session due to... raw quantity of time is perhaps the best way to put it. Just keep planting trees. I can get a little bit more production on the tiles. Squeeze out a bit more. And I can just plant young forests wherever. Century 1. Sadly, Century 2 is, yeah. Radar is atomic, so... However, it's going to have a much easier time, this ship, seeing opponents. Ooh, an elephant. Okay, that's who needs to... that. You do not have Blitz, sadly, so... Wait a turn. Yeah, I think I'll just make this one of the quieter sessions where I focus on moving through the game. and not talking quite as much. Oh boy, this, yeah, okay. Let's not, okay, this. Because I assume that that +3 is accurate. This, 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 this and this, this, this. Let's build that butchery first as well. It is, after all, a fairly important thing to have. These two buildings are fast to build. And I definitely want to have the Grammaticus. Blood Huntresses done? No. Grammaticus. So I can build that Lyceum fairly easily. Yeah, the farm just outdoes the rest. Hmm. Oh, nah. Drat the spider. Entomology? Nope. Huh. Yet another experience level. Neat. Just combat 5 for now. It gets silly when it's that noisy. At least it's finally dealing with all the birds that have slowly collected on the coastlines. Oh yeah, that can construct an aquarium. Okay, cool. There's not really much of a point to sending that far out. So. What got discovered? Oh, neat. More lead. Woo. Lead poisoning for everyone. Drat. That is a perfect spot for a farm, isn't it? Farms are pretty good, especially since I have the Confederacy Civic. Fine, swap your efforts to that. Most of the land clearing is the same anyway, so it's not that big of an issue. Swap it around. Shaft mine. Yep. Hmm. Oh, so there is cotton here. Okay. Yes, I probably should build the next aquarium in a city that can... Oh, hey, I recognize the song.
When Thomas Edison worked late into the night on the electric light, he had to do it by gas lamp or candle. I'm sure it made the work seem that much more urgent.
Ah, yeah. Some of the later texts are getting read by machine voices. Anyway, suburbs are now available as an upgrade. Combat 6. For you as well. No. Let me handle the city itself, okay? I know what I'm doing. Mostly. Right. Honiara is probably a decent place to build that aquarium. National Aquarium. And ignore the last menu list. The National Aquarium is more important. I should get that National Zoo at some point. Someday. Wait, did I seriously just... Okay, fine. Right, parts maker, of course. Right? Yes. This. This. Yeah, this. Okay. Still need to build that aqueduct too. Fine. Yeah, I'll handle the kelp and lighthouse and whatnot on this side. And then find a good spot to plop down a workboat thing, like right here. It's an excellent spot. Oh, of course. Well, time to handle that. Yep, I'm starting to get quite a few subdued sea animals. This is very much a good thing. No need to build the aquarium. I do need that. To build marines too. I can build Wonders of the Deep instead. right? Swap to a shaft mine to put the sulfur to good use. Like I said, the cities are starting to get desperate for anything. They can use. Any tiles they can use. Sure, they have specialist slots, but... Okay. That's a training post, right? Yep. Engineering school. Okay. Right. Guild Hall is +6. So... that's what the surveyor's office actually is. So efficiency... Straw Gatherer is fast enough to be worth it for the surveyor's office. After that is the apprentice workshop. I'd say that's not more. Okay, this and this. Yeah. Guild Hall it is. Okay, so that's 7. 7 times 6 is 42. So... oh, okay, that's an efficiency of 8 or 7. Requires natural gas or hydrogen. Oh, yeah, that might take a while. I don't have natural gas access, and hydrogen might take a while. And I can't build hydrogen, and I don't have the tech in order to actually get some of that, the natural gas, so... Okay. There. Factories are going to be a pain to deal with when they come to, because it's literally the parts maker. Again. So, yet another building. It's far too important to put anywhere else. Yes, I am finally seeing the need of building a national zoo too. I probably should build a National Science Foundation eventually. I will get to it eventually. Just gotta give it its time. Be patient. I'm not gonna stall on this forever. No, why would I do such a thing? I know I've got an amphibian pond in every city there. I already know I have papaya, at least a reasonable amount of it, so should be fine just to build a lumberjack. I have 83% of the world's population. That was a long shot, but I have to check. Still young forest.
I am the constitutionally and legitimately elected sheriff, and I absolutely refuse to surrender my responsibility to the federal government.
Texas Ranger. Yeah, I'm not gonna comment on that without knowing the context. I'm gonna pick one of the law schools. Salamanca. Why not? I can only have one of these. These elite universities. And I want to pick one that makes civic changes easier. Also, minus 10% maintenance costs in all cities. Really going to be helpful with ensuring that I can keep things going. Merchant, jeweler. The cobbler might not be a good idea, actually. Sweat lodge, bookmaker. It is in fact a toy maker, so I shouldn't build a toy carver. Music factory. There, that should be good enough for the city. I still need to remember factories are coming in, and I shouldn't make the list too long in order to ensure that I can at least build them in most of the cities without too much of a trouble. Oh, fine. Ooh. Bring up the population dramatically. I don't care if it's expensive. Extra population means more production extracted from work tiles, which means more base production. I mean, base production is more than doubled already, anyway, so. Okay, I don't think it's worth the 2 production. Marine biology lab. And then I'd say the city is pretty pretty much ready to start sending up wonders. Let's get the city of Bistro as well. Hmm. Sure, why not? Free pet shop in every city. That should help with finances quite a bit. Okay, this is the city that I haven't actually managed. Recently? Let's see. Probably the steam crane, right? Yes. Then you, and then I don't trust trade buildings to be accurate with regards to that. Okay. That should be enough for Tafuna. Hopefully you can get a good amount of production going without too many problems. Everything becomes crabs. Oh, tiles already. Okay. Noisy. As always, a bit noisy. Okay, patent office, marine biology lab. You. Fine, I guess. It's cheap enough. Okay, I know for a fact that the factory is going to be more expensive than a parts maker. I think. No, it's actually cheaper. But only by a couple hundred production, so it really doesn't matter that much. Fine by me. Guild Hall is +6. Carpenter is also +6. Don't know why I clicked on the clay pit. Knee-jerk reaction to how often the clay pit was better than expected, probably. Roper, clay pit. Oh. Yeah, fine. Roper. Where is it? Where is the trading post? There you are. Sorry about that. Where's the route to? There you are. Okay. Ugh. Jeez. I have been sneezing quite a bit today. Oh, there's nothing more to do for a while. It's better just wait until culture improves further. Although that would probably involve building more culture buildings. I don't exactly have folklore left. These are actually kind of rare as far as I know. So let's farm that. It gives... Having multiple copies does two things. First off, it gives a level of redundancy, which is generally good. This city, okay. Yeah, you need food. Okay, let's get you that entertainer. Nah, that might be a bit much. Okay, start training up drill. Maybe I can turn you into a heroic 2 unit. Won't that be fun? Keep upping your sophistication and upgrade to a big game hunter. Can't do anything with the tortoise, sadly. But this city's done with the... okay. Entomology lab. Jeez, the number of birds. That's what happens when you have Blitz. Even if I only get, like, you know, half the birds of the stack from the ship, that's still, like, 5 in a single turn. Because each attack uses up only 1 movement point, and the ship has 10 of those. The falconry school is more helpful, especially since I have another bird already on the tile. Okay, I need that bridge and that steamboat port. Yeah, I think I might set you up with a wonder. Sure, why not? District Courthouse. Further lower those maintenance costs. It'll be fun. Yeah, levy. Parts maker. Steam crane. Burial fortress. And then the Eyrie. Or the Ornithopters. Yeah, Arboretum. Steel. Sure, shell worker. It's gonna be a while before I get the meteorology lab anyway, so. Yeah, Assyria's region is full, utterly full of river tiles. Having an extra production from each of these combined with a fairly high... great. Not again. Forges and foundries love to burn down. It is excruciatingly annoying. Oh hey, Metropolitan Administration. Okay, Marine Biology Lab, Patent Office. Pay for it. So it's very pricey me. Expenses. Bistro would definitely pay for it though. Gambling den can't hurt either. So the gym kidder. That should be a good enough queue for Croissant for now. Neat. Right on the city that needed it. It's not glorious when it happens. Oh, what? Oh. Oh, I got a great person. Hmm. Build those animal trainers. This. That weak shop. Hippo costs. Water tower. Drama school. Why not? Siege Fighters Workshop. Street Cleaner. Shipyard. Store. Music school. Yeah, okay. In theory, I could put it off until next session, but that's a terrible idea. Either here or here. Leave this no, I wouldn't leave the tower worked. Okay. What obsoletes the academy anyway? PCs. Yeah, I need to be careful researching that. Sure, well, give me more with the computer science department. Phage therapy. That requires more than just personal computers, I think. Computer factory. Okay. Oh, the design studio. Oh, that gets interesting. Diskette factory. Karaoke club. Video game arcade. Yeah, PCs are a while away. They're fairly obviously information era buildings. Okay. You're right there. Give me another 273 science, please. That jumps me just enough to get 80k. Neat. Yeah. Go back to sleep. We have still a one last unit, the one that follows around the worker, to deal with. Kangaroo right in the city. Okay. Okay. I thought it wasn't being worked because it had no animation at the moment, but no, it was just at a fairly still portion of it, where it didn't move much. Whoops. No, it's not a big deal. So. Just wait for the cavalry to come in. No. Marine biology lab. How's the city doing on crime anyway? Fairly well, same with disease. I don't need to worry about it. Let's get a water tower out of the way. Yeah, my finances are actually doing better than ever, so I'm good to go when it comes to setting up another city building crew. In fact, I might actually skip the worker. Because if I do it in the upper section, then I'll have workers there already, and I don't need to put too many of them once they're pretty much done with the city for the time being. Because then they can go focus on other ones, and that compounds the positives. Right, don't forget to grab these, because they're helpful. And don't make the queue too long, because I don't want it to be a complete and utter mess once I get the factory. Then I can just let the queues peter out and add the factory buildings naturally.
As I would not be a slave, so I would not be a master.
Yep. National Zoo. And University of Salamanca. I picked it so that I could get that reduced energy length. And also minus 10% maintenance cost in all cities. That was about 2,000 gold per turn worth of cash. Yeah, I'm really going to need to talk about that. Yeah, you know what? I am going to talk about slavery next time if I can remember to do so. It will not be controversial at all. How can it be? It's just slavery. No. Okay, avoid the saloon, barbarian gunfighter. Reservoir should help with keeping the Bernie thing down. Let's see, is there a good thing to build? I want to avoid building the Versailles for a while. Until I can find a good city to place it. Like, maybe in Constantinople. That would not be a bad spot for a second capital. It would be very thematic, I guess. Okay. What do I want to do? Let's see. You know what? Adam Smith's Trade Company is a good one. That can get me so much more science. I want to ensure I can build that. Yeah, I'll set you down over here somewhere. Where exactly though? Yeah, here's a good spot. But I think here would be a good point to stop. That very least allows me to talk about emancipation fairly easily. Ooh. Yeah, I may need to do that. That in every city. Well, I can do more than one wonder at a time. Can't I? So. There. There. Okay, I'm done. Don't touch it anymore. Okay, so. This was a quieter one. I was more focused on ensuring that I continue planting more cities. And I finally picked the university build. Well, the exceptional university wonder to build. It was one of the law schools, so I could get... It was largely for easier civic changes, faster civic changes. But it also had the added benefit of minus 10% maintenance in all cities. So my income spiked by 2k, which is fun. Yeah, maintenance reductions. Well, city maintenance is my single biggest expense. Like, it accounts for not 90%, but it's at least 80% of my expenses. Most of the rest is civic upkeep. A bit of it is treasury upkeep. And civic upkeep is kind of, sort of, an equivalent to city maintenance. It's just counted differently. It applies multipliers to all the costs. Yeah. I'll be able to research assembly line too, and if I remember, the topic next time will be about slavery. That is assuming I can remember to talk about it. Though I'll throw in a sneak peek for everyone. Slavery bad, okay? Yep. Totally what no one was expecting me to say. Anyway, I'll see you again next time. Until then, bye.